So recently, I've been posting lots of Jeffrey Epstein memes. So, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, like that old fandango. I can't believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, and now that's what I call Jeffrey Epstein not killing himself. And, I see dead people, Jeffrey Epstein isn't one of them. My personal views on that are that he ain't dead. Personally, I don't think for a minute that they'd want him dead. It's like, yeah, he'd got massive amounts of information and a lot of influential people. But those people, he's worth more to them alive than dead. It would make well more sense to shift him to somewhere else than to just off him. And the one thing that I think proves that is the amount of time that's gone into the media effort to go like, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, thus for Jeffrey Epstein was suicided. I think that's a narrative that's being pushed. I think he was shifted out of there. Do you know what I mean? There's no reason for them to kill him. He was their comrade. They all got on together, and all was good until he was brought down. He was brought down and gone like, oh, you just sit there for a bit. Like, don't worry about being put in prison. We'll let you out to do your day job, because that's what prison is, obviously. And then years later, it's like, no, sorry, you can't get out of this. But they gave him a pass in the beginning. Why would they then all of a sudden pop him off? They went to a great deal of trouble to make sure that he didn't get in a great deal of trouble. And then it's like, no, sorry, but we've got to get you again, because it's really quite obvious that you're guilty as fuck. And then it's like, all of a sudden, somebody goes like, oh, all right, then we'll kill him. It's not going to happen, in my personal opinion. And I realise that, there are a lot of high-profile people saying he was suicided, he was killed on sight, and stuff like that, which I understand, that there are people out there like that, and that happens, like Jeffrey Dahmer and shit like that. But you don't go to the trouble of removing making cameras go dead, because that's their words. And these guys didn't turn up for work, and the other two were fast asleep. You don't do all that if you're just going to suicide somebody, because you could do it in the shower, for fuck's sake. There's gotta be one particular column in the shower where nobody can see what's happening. Jeffrey Dahmer was killed in prison. Lots of people have been killed in prison for being paedophiles, and there's always some there's some evidence somewhere. I do apologise for drinking, but I'm not fiddling with kids. Do you know what I'm saying? So basically, the whole paedophile thing, right? And Jeffrey Epstein is low level. This is what we need to remember as well. Jeffrey Epstein is low level. He dealt with young girls. There are arguments there of, was it paedophilia? Because paedophilia is towards prepubescent children. And the youngest recorded children that went to him were 12. So, is he technically a paedophile? Was he just a sex trafficking ring? But at the end of the day, it's more than that. What he is guilty of is the bottom of the level. Say if you live on a chav estate like myself, your party tastes are Lamborghini, not me, not a Lamborghini girl, Lamborghini and pizza. And then you go up and you'll go to the level of like several Marks and Spencer's platters and this shit. I'm not a Marks and Spencer's platters woman. I'm not that wealthy. Like in a party atmosphere. I'd go to Iceland. Well, I'd send my daughter to Iceland. Shut your fucking face. Anyways, so like that, and then you go up in your tastes. So like, it's like then you come to the point where you crystal and caviar. And then you keep going up and you will get to the level where it's human flesh and adrenochrome, which is what they take from the pineal gland of a frightened young child. You don't need to know this, right? Us that delve into this shit, we need to know this. You don't. You just need to know that these people have dirty tastes. Like look into all sorts of MPs, and people in power will usually have these backstories. There's so much corruption, and the higher up you go, the worse the corruption gets. And we have to, as a people, start going, right, okay, well, these people, there's this much evidence against them. I'm not going to ignore it. We've got to stop ignoring shit, because we've been doing it for so long and so many people have slipped through the net. How many more? How many more?